Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum. So if you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So we've talked about Ethereum a lot. It's rallied over the last few weeks. If you zoom in here, you can see that it has in fact rallied. Let's take it from this candle back at the beginning of October. It has rallied approximately 34%. Right? Who cares? No one cares about this. This is not what we're here for. We're not here for a 30% move when Bitcoin's going up 75% in the same time period. Does this make us bearish on Ethereum? No. We're just waiting, right? We're biding our time. The catalyst is set. I think it's just a matter of time at this point, as long as Bitcoin just doesn't completely kick the bucket. So you look at the trend with Bitcoin, and you see a very similar trend that Ethereum's playing out. And we showed this before, right? Moving up above the 20, sideways into it. Actually, let's actually add on the we're gonna remove this one. We're gonna put on our trusty bull market support line. Okay, so above the bull market support, sideways into it, then continue up, sideways, down, sideways, up. So you see that general trend. Let's go over to Ethereum. We're going to hide the 20-week and just simply put on our bull market support, which also seems to work for Ethereum. And we see a similar trend. We came up above it, sideways into it, up, sideways, down, sideways. We started going up, but we're not going up as quickly as Bitcoin. And the reason is because when Bitcoin goes up quickly, Ethereum's going to have a hard time keeping up with it. I know I sound like a broken record, but there's a lot of new people watching the show now. We've gotten like 10,000 new subscribers over the last month. So we recognize that when Bitcoin volatility is high to the upside or the downside, Ethereum will likely have a hard time catching up. Now, when Bitcoin, whenever it decides to cool off, in my opinion, the catalyst for Ethereum is set. And this would be our bull market support. Note that the bull market support right now is approximately between $370 to $377. So as long as we hold that, things seem like they're pretty good to go. You can see that historically speaking, our bull market support line has been what we held during a bull market. Go figure, right? Our bull market support line is what we hold during a bull market. We were able to hold it recently. Somewhat scary times when we were testing 10K. We were able to hold it. We said sentiment can change on a dime. It did. We said focus on Bitcoin when it's testing the 20-week. We did. Now you have a lot more Bitcoin in terms of its USD valuation. This is what can catalyze altcoin markets or Ethereum. Because if you buy Bitcoin when it's at the 20-week and then you watch Bitcoin rally 75%, 100%, whatever it ends up being, and then you take profits into your favorite altcoin, or if you take it into Ethereum, whatever, you have a lot more capital that you can deploy into Ethereum had you not than you would have had you not bought Bitcoin, right? So if you bought Bitcoin in October, beginning of October, it's rallied. Bitcoin has rallied more than Ethereum. Therefore, if you buy Ethereum with that Bitcoin, you can afford to buy more Ethereum than if you had just sat on the fiat and waited another couple months to buy. So that's why I got a lot of people asking me back then, why buy Bitcoin now? If the idea is that Ethereum will turn around eventually, why not just put it into Ethereum rather than Bitcoin at the 20-week? Well, the reason is because by purchasing Bitcoin at the 20-week and waiting for Bitcoin to just make its move, whether it's up or down, typically speaking, Ethereum will bleed against Bitcoin during that type of a time frame. And because it bleeds against Bitcoin during that time frame, if you want access to the market risk, you can buy Bitcoin. Then whenever Bitcoin figures out whatever the hell it's doing, whether it's going up or down, then you could potentially take that Bitcoin and buy the Ethereum with it. And so I would encourage people to think about it in terms of their Bitcoin, the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio, rather than Ethereum USD. Yes, Ethereum is doing well. It's doing very well, but this is not what we're here for. We want to see this momentum shift. And if you are new to the channel, one of the key things we've talked about before is the idea that it tends to turn around, and by that I mean it always has turned around in the first quarter of the year. Buying Bitcoin in December has historically been buying Ethereum in December with Bitcoin has historically been a decent trade. So we're going to be tracking this. We talked about it last year, and it seems like it worked out pretty well because typically in the fourth quarter, we trend down. I know I sound like a broken record, but I just want everyone to be aware of this trend if you're new to the channel. Typically in the fourth quarter, the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio trends down. and then in the first quarter of the year we start to turn it around. Now that doesn't mean that doesn't mean the low is in the first quarter. It's possible the low comes before. It's possible the low is already in. So I would encourage people that if you do want an Ethereum position, not that it's financial advice, but you could consider DCAing it slowly over the next few weeks so that whenever it does pump, at least you have a position in it. And it could mean you're taking profits from Bitcoin and swing trading it wherever, whatever it is. Just consider that. Consider that as a possibility, but at the end of the day, you have to figure out what's best for you. I can't tell you that. There's a good chance if Bitcoin volatility remains high, the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio could continue to bleed in the short term, right? There's nothing precluding it from coming all the way back down here. I just want people to recognize that this downtrend is nasty. We've seen it 5 years in a row before. This is the 6th year. We've seen it 6 years in a row, this nasty downtrend in the fourth quarter of the year of the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio. So now we're essentially biding our time. December can sometimes be the turnaround point. You can see here it started to rally in very into December going into January. This rally started in January, so the second week of January. This rally started the first week of January. This rally started actually in December. It continued into the first quarter, but it started in December. And so that's why I want to caution people to think that, it probably will do well in the first quarter, but the rally could start earlier than the first quarter depending on what Bitcoin does, right? In my opinion, it depends on what Bitcoin does. If the volatility reduces, then Ethereum can start to make moves. But as long as Bitcoin's printing weekly candles going up, then likely Ethereum Bitcoin ratio isn't going anywhere on a weekly timescale. We might have some weeks that go up, but generally we're going to trend down. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, Bitcoin volatility to reduce, and then for the Ethereum valuation against Bitcoin to swiftly turn around. And I just want to caution people to, the bottom could come before the first quarter, right? I mean, imagine this is the bottom, and then it comes back up and does something like this, right? I mean, this could be the bottom way over here, but it still doesn't change the fact that it going into, the first quarter of the year, it still could be a pretty attractive move. And considering Ethereum is at 480 and Bitcoin is getting close to its prior all-time high, I really do think the catalyst is there. As long as Bitcoin doesn't kick the bucket, right, the catalyst is there. It just needs time to simmer, and we'll get there. But keep an eye on Bitcoin. Remember, there's no free lunch. If you take the risk, if you make the trade, there is a risk associated with it. If Bitcoin kicks the bucket and say goes below the 20-week, then the Ethereum USD valuation will bleed, and likely the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio will likely bleed. So there's no free lunch. It's a calculated risk. You have to figure out if it's worth it to you or not. For me, it's worth it, and we'll see if it pays off. If you guys like the content, remember to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel in the description below. Remember, we also have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. If you want access to what I'm doing, you can check out that. You can get access to weekly reports, weekly videos, an alerts channel, a risk dashboard, some of the TradingView indicators, a whole lot of stuff. Make sure you check it out, intothecryptoverse.com. You can pay for 12 months and get a 15% discount. That'll wrap it up for the video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.